So as I predicted last month, the median home price in San Diego has surpassed $800,000, reaching $810,000. The main culprit for this increase is, as always, limited inventory, combined with high interest rates that are expected to remain high for the foreseeable future. It's actually quite baffling to me to see the median home price rise by 8% since February, especially with interest rates as high as they have been, hovering between 6 to 7% for the last few months. We're quickly approaching the peak we witnessed in June of 2022 when the median home price reached $850,000. Now let's dive into some numbers to try and predict what might happen over the summer here in San Diego. Since February, the inventory has significantly decreased. We fluctuated between 2,900 to 3,200 active homes on the market during this time period. If you think this is a lot of homes, you would be mistaken. As I mentioned in previous videos, the last time we had a somewhat balanced market was back in the 2018-2019 time frame before the pandemic. And what was the interest rate back then? Right around 4.5%. After the events of this past year, I believe most buyers would be content with a 4.5% interest rate. However, we probably won't see that number again anytime soon. It wouldn't surprise me if interest rates crept back into the high 5% range by the end of this year. As for reaching 4%, that's most likely a year or two away. San Diego's recent price climb is occurring with very, very few transactions. In April, there were only 2,408 home sales, which is a 53% decrease compared to the same time last year. This figure also marks the second lowest sales number for an April since 1988, based on available records. I previously made a video about the neighborhoods that experienced the most significant drop since the June 2022 peak. And now I want to see how much they have rebounded from their considerable declines. At one point, Del Sur and Forest Ranch were down 19% from their June 22 high, with a median home price of $2.15 million. Then in February of this year, the price dipped to $1.65 million. Now it has climbed back up to $1.85 million, making for quite the roller coaster ride for Del Sur and Forest Ranch. Now let's take a look at my neighborhood, which is the 92129 area, also known as Rancho Penasquitos in Torrey Highlands. The median home price 92129 peaked in June of 2022 at $1.45 million for single-family homes, but it bottomed out at $1.24 million in January. As of this day, we're only at $1.25 million, so it's basically hovered around the same number for the last 6 months. This is somewhat surprising to me because these two zip codes were equally as hot in the past couple of years, but 92127 seems to be bouncing back more quickly than 92129. But after I looked a little closer into this information, there have been very few sales in some of the most popular areas of 92129, such as like Crestmont, Park Village, and Torrey Highlands. This could be why the rebound isn't yet reflected in the numbers as of yet, but there have been more this past month, so I'm curious to see what the numbers are for June. Carlsbad South also experienced a significant hit when prices dropped last year. This is kind of like the La Costa area of Carlsbad. This area reached its peak in September of 2022 and at $1.56 million, but bottomed out at $1.37 in February. As of May, prices have climbed back up to $1.48 million, marking a 7% increase since February. We actually helped a client get a home $10,000 under asking, with a seller paying for a 2-1 buy down for a completely remodeled home in Carlsbad this past week, which I think was an amazing deal. Now let's move on to the Fed. Everyone likes to talk about this. During a 2-day meeting this week, the Fed announced that they would not raise interest rates this month. This news sounds like welcome news to homebuyers throughout the country and in San Diego, as they had previously raised rates 10 times in a row. However, don't get too excited just yet, as they did hint at raising rates 2 more times in 2023 after they have time to analyze the data. Inflation remains higher than desired, so it wouldn't be shocking if rates were increased in future months. Currently, jumbo rates are around 6% and conforming loan rates are right around 6.5%, which is actually down from last week. So what am I observing in the market right now? Homes that show well and are mostly updated are selling for premium prices, and they're usually getting multiple offers, while those that haven't been updated in 15 plus years are having a harder time selling, even with low inventory. I still see a decent number of homes returning to market and even some receiving price drops. For prospective homebuyers out there, keep an eye out for cosmetic fixer-uppers, the ones that don't look appealing in pictures, and some homebuyers will just bypass altogether. You might be surprised by the price you can negotiate even in a seller's market. While we are in a seller's market, I expect we may witness a decrease in buyer activity as we move later into the summer. This is kind of typical this time of year, which could alleviate the inventory shortage and reduce competition. It probably won't significantly lower prices, if at all, but at least you won't be fighting over 5 to 10 people while you're trying to get your offer accepted. And if you're preparing to sell your home this summer, please consider painting the interior up or updating old flooring or changing out a countertop or two. I know some very affordable contractors here in San Diego who can help you guys out. So if you ever need a recommendation, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you have the means to invest $5,000 to $15,000 back into your home before putting it on the market, I can almost guarantee you'll get a return of 2 to 3 times what you put into it. And if your house is vacant, please consider staging it. It will make a world of difference to the average home buyer who may have a difficult time envisioning what it would look like to live there. Lastly, if you're curious about where people are moving from when they relocate to San Diego, according to redfin.com, the top metro areas searching to move to San Diego are Los Angeles, followed by San Francisco and Chicago, which I was actually kind of surprised by the last one. On the other hand, the top destinations for those leaving San Diego are Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Dallas, respectively. So that is my market update for June. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. And if you guys are ever looking to buy or sell here in San Diego, I'd love to help you out. And if this is your first time on my channel, please subscribe to my channel as we post new videos every week. Thanks for watching and catch us next time. Bye.